Hey, it's Juan from Go for Clients, and I'm happy to start one of our great how-to videos. Today we're going to learn how to do that first landing page for an SMS. Straight to it, we just log in into our account. Of course, you're going to have your own credentials. Once you're in there, you find that typical dashboard. You want to head straight to that toolbar, and under SMS, click on that, and you're going to see the landing pages. Probably you're now going to see only version 2. Version 1 is really phasing out. And click on that version 2. Immediately you're going to see those templates. They're very useful. You don't have to start from scratch. These are really going to help you designing fantastic landing pages. And from all these options, I always suggest go to the most used. This is where it's immediately by default taking us, because these are very popular landing pages. And why don't we try a simple one for today? That lead generation, I love it. So just hover over it and you are going to see the options. We are going to go ahead and edit that template. It opens up and you can see how cool it is. You can start clicking anywhere. Don't worry about it. You really can't mess anything up. You do have an undo button here if you make mistakes. And if you just don't like it, well, you can just start over at any moment. It's really simple. So don't worry about playing around with it, getting your hands really dirty with this. There's nothing you can break here. Well, one of the things you see is when you click, you have a desktop and a mobile option. That is a very cool feature. When you click on mobile, it's just going to show you a preview of how this is going to look on a handheld device. And of course, when you click desktop, it's how it's going to look on, well, your desktop screen. You can see how it breaks it up by columns. When I click on the different areas of this template, it is divided in different columns. This one, for example, is one column, one whole column where all this text is. If I click on this main one at the top, it actually says it highlights 1 and 2 because it's actually 2 components, 2 columns. So that is just to teach you that you can design on a different layout and play around with what looks better for you. Let's go ahead and start with this side. I always like to start from the top all the way down. Makes it an easier flow for me, but you can do whatever you want. As you can see, it's suggesting that a logo go here. Once I click on that, it actually brings up on the right hand side an upload image. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that because I want to bring an image to play around with. I already have some logos here from Go for Clients. I'm going to go ahead and click on any logo. And you can see that it added very quickly that image there. I think it looks perfect. So I'm going to leave that there. As I start going down, then I see a very large text. When a landing page converts, you win. This page converts. I agree with that. I don't think I'm going to change that. But if I wanted to, I can just click on that and immediately the text editor is going to pop up. And this is very typical. You are very familiar with this type of editor. You can bold, you can change the color of the fonts, you can highlight, whatever you need. You can actually do from here. Because I want to leave that, I'm not going to make too many changes there. Let's maybe change this one at the bottom. I'm sorry. And for that one, I just want to make this pop out a little more. So maybe just make it bold. I think the font is a little too small, so let's make it a little bit larger. I'm going to click out of that, and there it is. Maybe change that. It's repeating the same content as the top, so let's put something there. So this is my first landing page, and I'm going to leave that there. So there it is. I just changed that text. Very simple. Then now we have that form. Get your page today. Let's just say something like subscribe now. Yeah, that sounds good right there. Subscribe now. And we go into the actual form. And as I click on the form itself, you see that at the right hand side, I now start getting the features for playing around with that form. I could actually add new fields and I can edit the current ones. So right now, for example, I have name and email. Let's go ahead and play with that name field. So that name field is right here. I can just click on the little pencil to edit it. It says the field label is name. Let's maybe say I want to be more specific. Let's call it a full name field. Enter your, and this is what the placeholder is going to say. So I'm going to head and say enter your full name, and I'm actually going to be a little bit more formal right here. I'm going to say please enter your full name. Let's put that right there. So do I want to make this a required field? You know what? Yes, I want to make it a required field. I'm going to update that. And now you see how I changed everything. Now it says full name. Please enter your full name. Now it has a little star because it's a required field. So you get the idea of how to create all these fields. Very simple to do, very easy. For that email, it's the same thing. If I just click on that, I can change whatever I need. This is actually something very cool, the field name. This field name is referring to how that field is going to show up when you download reports after sending your SMS campaign and people click on that landing page. So make sure the field name is named after something that you might recognize very quickly. Don't name it 1, 2, 3, because otherwise on that report you're going to see, oh, people clicked on 1, 2, 3, but what is 1, 2, 3? So make sure you give it a name that you know, oh, they filled out the email, oh, they clicked on that specific field. That is going to be very useful. So one thing here is if you wanted to add a field, just click on that, add new field, and you're going to see that you have many options of what you want to use. The ones we're using right now by default are one lines, but you can have date fields, drop downs, checkbox, hidden fields, etc. So go ahead and play with that to add fields to that. Still clicking on the form, you can also play around with that submit button, that send, right? And you can change around, change the fonts. As you can see, everything is very clear here. For example, if I don't want to put send, but I want to put submit, I can change that and immediately you see how it changed. I can play around with the colors, maybe try this green. Sorry for the background. There it is. So I don't know if it looks good, I'll leave it. If the text maybe looks better in black, I could do that. And that's how I play around with that. So very simple to do. Here is another very large, in this particular template, it's allowing us to put a very large, a very extensive piece of text, and you can play around with it. Today, because we are just trying to do something simple here, I'm not going to spend the time creating a very large text. I'm going to leave that, but I think you have the idea. Anywhere I click on text, you have that editor that's going to allow you to change anything as you have done in your computer for always. Once that's done, you can actually create or play around with the rest of the alignments that you have, the colors, anything that you need. Just go ahead and play around with that. Nothing, as I said, is going to happen. If you make a mistake, you can just click that undo button. And if I try it right now, you can see that it'll go to that submit as I had it in case I made a mistake. I like the one I had right here in green, so I'm going to leave it like that. So nothing that you can really break down here. Last, I have a logo down there. Let's play with that image one more time. I'm going to go ahead and bring that logo up and just finalize my template. And once that logo is uploaded, I am going to go ahead and check how this looks. So there's that Go for Clients. I finished my whole template. You know what? That looks cool on my desktop. How does it look on my mobile? I go to the mobile. I see how that layout looks. I just love it. I think it's going to look perfect. So last thing to do here is really save that landing page. I go to the right-hand bottom part of the screen and you see the Save As button. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a name. Give it something that that you remember, because you are going to end up with a lot of landing pages, tens, if not potentially hundreds of landing pages, and you want to know what they're all about. And to do that, just name it and maybe even give it a description. This is for the lead gen campaign, for example, just to remember, and go ahead and save that. Once that's saved, it is ready in your archive to be used. You can actually, and we already have a video of how to create your SMS with a landing page, so make sure you check that out. But just for showing you where it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and very quickly just run through this and just add any number here. And with that, right here in that third step where I create the content, this is where I would add that landing page. So just to remind you, all you have to do is turn on the additional content, click on that landing page, and it says select a landing page. When you go ahead and click on that, it opens the file of all your templates that you have, and here's that lead gen that we just created. If I hover it, I can just click on use it, bam, there it is. You know, that landing, it says landing preview, but on the right hand side you can click and preview how that landing page is going to look. So there it is. This is what we just created. Looks very awesome. This is how we do it, guys. Simple, right? I hope to see you next time very soon. Check out the rest of the how-to videos in our powerful library. Until next time, I'm Juan from Go for Clients.